Hey there, Shelly. So let's take a look at your newest set of essays, online communication, advantages, disadvantages. Let's see what you wrote. Whether the online communication benefits us more or plays some negative impacts on use has been debated over years. This essay will discuss both sides by giving some arguments and examples. Personally, online communication has been increasingly useful for our study and working. All right, so let's talk about this. You've got 3 sentences in this introduction. I want to change them around a little, and I also want to talk about how we can make the whole paragraph feel a little more cohesive. Because while it's a paragraph, I didn't really feel like there was a solid link between the sentences. So that's something I want to fix a little bit in some of the language used. So let's start. Whether online communication benefits us more or has some negative impacts has been debated over the years. So you can see I took away some of the language that was a little unnatural, and I think it reads better that way. How about this then? This essay will discuss both sides of the argument. You could have said, when you say of the argument, it's referring back to the previous sentence, and that I like it a little better like that. So this essay will discuss both sides of this argument. You know what? Let's do something else. This essay will discuss both sides of this argument while explaining why I believe online communication has been increasingly useful for our study and work. Okay, which makes it a little more sophisticated, and I don't know, it's something you can try, and then you don't have that, this sentence and then this sentence and this sentence. And I just feel they kind of link better. But think about that for a little bit. Let's continue. It is true that online chatting reduces the face-to-face talking. All right, now, Shelly, face-to-face talking just doesn't really feel particularly natural. So it is true that online chatting reduces face-to-face communication. Sounds a lot better. And not the, but just face-to-face communication. It may be the case that cause some problems. All right, again, grammar is an issue here. So we have to take the whole sentence and look at it again. It is true that online chatting reduces face-to-face communication and may cause some problems. It's really that simple in this particular case. For example, providing the convenience through the internet, businessmen prefer discussion through virtual rooms rather than have an in-person meeting. Prefer discussion rather than. All right, that's fine. Some people may not be able to completely understand what other people are talking about through remote video communication, leading to some negative effects on development of business. Misleading. Do you mean misleading or misreading? Misreading the accurate information regarding commercial business severely threatens the progress of business, even possibly causing financial damage. I don't like how often you have the word business in such a short span. Look at this. Leading to some negative effects on the development of business, misreading accurate business, progress of business. So it's really too much. What you need to do, and I think we've talked about this in some of your previous essays, is you need to catch these and either use a synonym or restructure the sentence or even use a pronoun. Okay, and when you use pronouns, a lot of times it becomes a lot more cohesive. So this is something we have to work on here for sure. All right, let's see. Okay. Let's see. Some people may not be able to completely understand what other people are talking about through remote video communication, leading to some negative effects on the development of business. Okay. This could potentially cause financial damage as the progress of the company may be threatened. Okay, so do you see what I did there? I changed it around. I used some good cohesive devices, and I, used some different vocabulary. All right? This issue has been commonly discussed in CBC's social media recently. However, some specialists argue that it will take time, not certain time, that it will take time for people to adapt to online meetings well. I therefore strongly believe that people will finally not conquer, but will accept or will adapt to this kind of situation. Okay? All right. So let's look at this paragraph a little bit for issues of coherence and cohesion and task achievement. We really covered it quite a bit in terms of grammar and vocabulary, but I want to take a look at those other two criteria as well. So the topic is online communication is more common. You said that you think it's increasingly useful, but you're going to talk about both sides. So here you're talking about the problems, the kind of loss of communication through these. And then at the end, you say that you think it's all going to be fine in the end. Okay. Let me see. All right, let's hold off on discussing it further. I want to read the other paragraph and then we'll talk about it. Moreover, online communication not is playing, but plays a very imperative role. All right, get rid of very. Imperative is an absolute adjective, and so you don't want to qualify it with like very or little or somewhat. So just it's imperative. And I'm not entirely convinced I like this collocation, to be honest with you. Why don't we try something else? Moreover, online communication plays a critical role in our study and work. For instance, the COVID-19 pandemic severely disrupted our activities concerning study and work. Okay, again, look, study and work, study and work. So I need you to not do this. It just becomes really repetitive and it feels like there's no cohesion. So let's try it differently. How about this? For instance, the COVID-19 pandemic severely disrupted these activities. All schools and universities were closed and companies had to shut down their offices. It was online platforms which brought all students and employees together again, helping people continue their commercial and study activities. This is a great sentence. This is so good. Perfect. Okay. So that's the kind of thing I want to see. International students could have the chance to learn through online meeting rooms across countries. All employees, okay, how about here a furthermore would be nice. Furthermore, all employees were able to deal with businesses at home. According to a report from CBC News, during the pandemic, 90% of business operations were processed well through online platforms. It is really difficult to imagine how people could do without online platforms during this special, difficult time. Comma here, special. In conclusion, from above arguments and not firmly, but no. In a conclusion from the above arguments and examples, I firmly agree that online communication has been benefiting us with lots of advantages. I expect that it will be more and more popular in the future. Okay. So, I thought you did a good job in a lot of ways. I think that for me, the weakness in this essay is, again, your cohesion. I want you to start doing some of the things that I suggested in this video. And then there's one other thing that I want you to talk about. A lot of students do what you did. They take this to be about the benefits of online communication and the negatives of online communication. And it's not precisely what the essay is asking you. Okay, so there is a comparison happening here in this essay where they're saying, look, we're doing this a lot more than we're doing this. What are the benefits of that? What are the negatives of that? And so there needs to be more of a comparison here. So is it good that we're meeting online more than we are meeting in person? Or is it bad that we're meeting online more? Not even meeting, that we're communicating online more than we are meeting in person. Okay, so that's what this needs to be about. There needs to be a comparison throughout about, hey, you know what? No, it's much better that we're communicating more because, for example, through email, you have a record of communication. Okay, and so this is very practical. When people are speaking, this doesn't exist. And so this is a wonderful thing. Another benefit of this online communication is over face-to-face meetings is that they can happen at any time, anywhere, and you don't need to require people to be in the same room, the same city, or whatever. Okay, so it allows international communication to occur freely at all hours, at all days, anywhere. Okay, so these are some of the things you want to use this comparison that we're doing this now more than we are this. And is that good or is that bad? So it's a fine difference, but it's a difference I want to talk to you about nonetheless, okay? All right, let's see what else we have from you. Great. Dear sir, wait a minute. All right, now check this out. You already work in this company, and all you're asking them is for their permission to apply for the full-time job, okay? So you're working somewhere part-time, and you're like, hey, I really like working here. Do you think I could apply for the full-time job? That's what this is supposed to be. It says, write a letter to your manager. And so typically this should be a semi-formal letter, neither really, really formal, neither nor informal. So because it's your manager, you know who you're talking to. Therefore, dear sir, madam is inappropriate. It should be dear Mr. Jones, dear Mrs. Smith, whoever. You probably want the name of the person here, okay? I'm writing in response to the advert for a full-time position of a software engineer. I have been working, I have been working part-time in this company for more than half a year, or make your life easy, for more than 6 months. I quite enjoy working here with the relaxing atmosphere and friendly colleagues. More importantly, I am really interested in, I don't understand this. What does that mean? Current work developing position. I really don't understand. Having so many opportunities to get familiar with the latest high technology. I therefore apply for a full-time position. Okay. Well, no, you're not applying. You're asking if you can. Remember, requesting to apply. All right. So this is where you have to show the examiner that you understand the language they've used. Okay. So what you want to say here instead is, I therefore would like to apply for the full-time position. I have always been interested in developing as a software engineer, and I like to improve my abilities with both developing and management. All right, what are you telling me here? Are you telling me your goals? If that's what this paragraph is about, you really want to signpost it better. You want to have a clear topic sentence so that we know what this paragraph is doing and what it's about. So for me, what would be really great here would be, with regard to my professional goals, this position is a logical next step for me. Okay, so you're explaining why you're saying what you're saying here. I believe that I will benefit the company for the following reasons. Okay, that's fine. Firstly, I already have had, I don't understand this, half more years. Are you trying to tell me that you've been there for 6 months? Because this is not clear language here. Of occupational work-related experience here, and I am quite familiar with the specialized professional knowledge, so I can immediately start the job without any training. Secondly, with my skillful interpersonal ability, I have established firm relationships with colleagues in my team. Finally, my supervisor highly values my work. With reference to all these benefits, I hope to be your top priority. Uh, I hope to be your top. No, you can't really say that here. I hope to be among the top candidates for this role or for this position. Okay? I look forward to your response. Shelly, it's not yours, you're faithful. It's yours faithfully. But again, that would be appropriate for a formal letter to a person you don't know. You don't even know the person's name. Here, as I already explained, it's your manager. So you know your manager. You know his or her name. And so this should have been yours sincerely. Okay? So those are the things that I want you to fix in this set of essays. You've got some work to do. So go ahead, get that started. Let's see more work from you. And I'll meet back here with you to do that. All right, so good luck.